who were not involved with any fracas with the Zambia Police Service. Nsama was killed by the police while walking from his office to have a meal near the Ministry of Justice. By the police.
And can benefit from the mining that is happening in Kikonge. Is the Minister of Internal Security in order to continue allowing mining in Kikonge, in Mwiimbu, in Kansenseli, where illegal mining is happening, and he has learned lessons from Botswana, Angola, Tanzania, and so many other countries that he has been to make sure that these resources are protected, Madam Speaker, so that children that are...
Welcome to Infinite News, your trusted voice, both local and global. We are proudly independent, with no political affiliations and no bias. At Infinite, we don't take sides. We amplify the voices that matter. From the streets of Lusaka to the suburbs of Sydney, from Eastern Province to Western Province, from America to Austria.
Madam Speaker, let me thank you for giving me the opportunity to issue a ministerial statement on the loss of lives following a clash between illegal miners and police at Kikonge gold mine in Mwiimbu district. Madam Speaker, we would like to express our sincere condolences to the families of the deceased persons following a clash between illegal miners and police at Kikonge gold mine in Mwiimbu district. May their souls rest in peace. Madam Speaker, on 6th July 2025, I, in the company of my colleague, the Minister of Defense, Honorable Ambrose Luigi Rufuma, and the Provincial Minister for Northwestern Province, Honorable Robert Lihefu, including senior officials from my ministry, as well as defense, undertook a fact-finding visit to Mwiimbu district in the Northwestern Province, following heightened reports of illegal mining activities in the Kikonge area of the district. Madam Speaker, the brief facts are that on 3rd July 2025, at Kikonge gold mine site, illegal miners mobilized in order to attack the deployed police officers at the camp. The House may wish to note that over 50,000 illegal miners had descended on the site to partake in the illegal gold mining activities. The situation escalated and the officers' lives were under imminent threat. Police attempted to restore order by using tear gas canisters and rubber bullets, but the mob continued to charge on the officers. Further, warning shots were fired to restore order, but the mob became unruly and continued to attack the officers with offensive weapons. A total of 12 officers were injured after they were attacked by the irate mob of illegal miners. In an effort to disperse the mob, 3 people were shot in the legs and sustained gunshot wounds. They later died due to what is believed to be excessive bleeding. All the injured police officers are out of danger, except 2 who are still admitted in hospitals. Madam Speaker, Cap 107, Section 24, Part C, authorizes police officers to maim where the officers' lives are in danger. Madam Speaker, the safety and well-being of our citizens is our primary responsibility as Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security. We have noticed with regret that illegal miners have continued to die in large numbers as they are not following safety protocols from 2023 to date. Madam Speaker, from 2023 to date, the country has lost more than 100 lives through illegal mining. For example, in August 2024, 9 illegal miners died in Chongwe district. October 2024, 38 illegal miners died in Chingola when the earth collapsed on them. In Mwiimbu, 27 illegal miners died as a result of illegal mining, and recently in Mwiimbu district, the area under discussion, 8 illegal miners died when the trench collapsed. Madam Speaker, the safety and security of our community is our top priority, and we will not tolerate any form of criminal activity. Our police officers will continue to work closely with the other law enforcement agencies to prevent and combat crime and to ensure that our community remains safe and secure places for all. To ensure the safety of our people, we have taken the following measures. 1, deploying police officers to cordon and deter illegal mining. 2, in collaboration with other defense and security wings, use of drones to monitor the sites. 3, sensitizing communities on the dangers of illegal mining. And 4, engaging with local communities to encourage reporting of illegal mining activities. Madam Speaker, in conclusion, the Zambia Police Service, supported by the Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security and other security wings of government, remains resolute in its commitment to maintaining law and order. Our priority is to ensure the safety and security of all citizens. Madam Speaker, I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Honorable members are now free to ask questions on points of clarification on the ministerial statement presented by the Honorable Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security. The Honorable Member for Kamfinsa.
Madam Speaker, the people of Kamfinsa are grateful for the opportunity to direct a point of clarification, or what should I call it, a follow-up question to the Minister of Home Affairs. Minister, I know you're dealing with issues of safety, issues of public order, but I'm aware that, Madam Speaker, the number of people you have mentioned who have died in these mining activities, the number is alarming. Minister, are you confirming that the interventions that have been put in place, from a policy point of view, from action reports that have been given to your ministry, to the Office of the Minister of Mines, are you confirming that all these measures have actually failed to yield any proper results to safeguard not only our people, Madam Speaker, but to give them an opportunity to participate in mining? Because, Madam Speaker, our people are participating in these activities because they want to earn a living. So, Minister, are you confirming from the numbers you've just reported in your statement, are you confirming that policy by government has failed to resolve these challenges? Madam Speaker, I thank you.
Thank you. The Honorable Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I would like to state that this government of the UPND, led by His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema, has endeavored to ensure the safety of our citizens by ensuring that we put measures in place that will enable our people to mine safely. Unfortunately, Madam Speaker, we have leaders in this country who thrive on measures that hinge on illegality. We are aware, Madam Speaker, that even issues that have occurred in Mwiimbu are not without the orchestration of leaders. We are aware, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, are they the only leaders? Are you the only leaders? When I say leaders, Madam Speaker, I'm talking about leaders in the country. But I've noted that the guilty ones are shouting. I'm talking about leaders. Madam Speaker, we have evidence. We have evidence, Madam Speaker, where leaders have mobilized members of the public in hordes to go and mine in Mwiimbu from all over the country. From all over the country. Unless they are saying that they are the only ones who have been mobilizing. I'm talking about leaders. I haven't pointed or apportioned any blame on anybody. I'm talking about leaders. Only those who are guilty, especially from those where the wind of change is blowing, are guilty. Madam Speaker, I'm calling upon members of the public, and especially leaders, to be responsible. To be responsible. We are aware of leaders who have been leaving people in Mwiimbu to gain access to the mining site. We are aware. And I haven't said they are from the opposition or from the ruling party. I'm talking about leaders of the community, and the evidence is there. We should desist from encouraging our members from engaging in criminal activities. We should desist from both sides. We should not do that. We have lost too many lives in this country. We are talking of more than 100 souls that have been lost through illegal mining. And we should all, as leaders, search our souls and reflect on what is happening in the country. And the numbers we are talking about, the 100, is not the actual number. There are people who have died in those trenches who have not been identified and whose bodies have not been retrieved. We should be responsible. Our policies have not failed. Our policies have not failed, Madam Speaker. What has failed us is the irresponsible leadership of various political parties, civic organizations, and traditional leaders who are encouraging people to do illegal things. This government has not failed. We have given more than 600 artisanal licenses so that people can mine in a lawful manner. That is being responsible. We are being responsible by ensuring that people should not be involved in illegal activities and dying in numbers. We are responsible. If we are not responsible, we would have been allowing people to mine illegally and dying in hordes and numbers. We have said no. That is responsibility. And that is what a responsible government should do. So, as far as we are concerned, we have not failed. We have shown the nation that we are responsible. That's why we have taken security personnel to stop people from mining and dying in numbers recklessly. We will not allow that.
Thank you very much. There was an indication for a point of order. What's the point of order?
It's been overtaken, Madam Speaker. It's when the minister was not answering the question.
No,
so,
but honorable members, order. Let's not raise points of orders when the honorable minister is in the midst of answering the question, because then we are preempting. Because the effect of raising the point of order has been overtaken by events. Why? Because the minister was still in the process of answering the question. So let's pay attention to the answers. The next will be the Honorable Member for Ron.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity to ask a follow-up question to the Minister. Honourable Minister, thank you very much for the statement. And hearing from your statement, you have given quite a number of statistics in terms of the injured, the dead, and of course, those that have died through illegal mining. Honourable Minister, my question is, whilst you were preparing this statement, did you bother or look at the need of informing this House and the nation at large as to the numbers of the civilians or illegal miners who were injured in that fracas, and indeed the extent of the damage to property such as vehicles? I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you, Honorable Member of Parliament for Ron, for that question. Madam Speaker, I would like to confirm that a number of people have been injured, including security officials. A number of vehicles and equipment were damaged as a result of the fracas that occurred in Kikonge and various other areas.
Thank you. The Honorable Member for Lunte, Honorable Member for Ron, please, you can switch off the mic. The Honorable Member for Lunte.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Honorable Minister, I appreciate your coming to the House with this statement. It's an important one. Allow me to offer my heartfelt condolences to the families who lost their loved ones in this fracas, and also wish the Zambia Police Service members who were injured a very quick recovery. Honorable Minister, the death that you have highlighted join a long series of Zambians who have been killed by the Zambia Police Service for various reasons, including my own nephew, Ernest, who was shot dead in Matero by Zambia Police. Honorable Minister, how do you reconcile these killings by the Zambia Police with your government's abolition of the death sentence? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The Honorable Minister of Home Affairs.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I'm aware that 3 people died in Kikonge as a result of what transpired. But I'm also aware that these are not the only, they are not the only civilians who have died at the hands of Zambia Police. With your permission, Madam Speaker, Honorable Member for Lunte, who was a member of cabinet under the previous government, under PF, a number of Zambians were killed who were not involved with any fracas with the Zambia Police Service. Nsama was killed by the police while walking from his office to have a meal near the Ministry of Justice. By the police under your government. Whom do you blame? Mapenzi Chipulo, madam, was killed by the Zambia police innocently, without any provocation, during the reign of the PF. A number of the UPND members were killed. You are reminding me of those days which we will never forget in this country. Madam Speaker, for us, we have never had an incident where the police, without any provocation, shoot anybody. It has never happened. Unless there is an issue or confrontation between members of the public and the police, as what happened in Kikonge. But under their reign, Madam Speaker, members of the public lost lives through the police without any confrontation whatsoever. And they have never apologized to this country until they lost the elections. Even after losing elections, they still blame those who died. Those people. They have never apologized to the nation. For us, we have said we regret that it happened. But our police are professional, unlike when they were ruling. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Yeah.
Honorable Member for Bangor, what's the point of order?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the question was reconciliation between the abolition of death sentence and the killings in Mwiimbu. That question was not answered. Now, my point of order, Madam Speaker, is this. The minister has just alluded to the fact that there were a number of people who were killed by the police in the previous regime. And we have also seen a number of people who have been killed by the police in this regime. In Mufulira, by ZNS, I can give you a litany of examples, Madam Speaker. Is the honorable member, the minister, in order to be biased in the manner is trying to put these things in straight? That is coming understanding order 71, is not being truthful. Is the minister in order, Madam Speaker, to keep on bringing old issues? But my point of order is he in order to mislead the nation to say that those who were killed, the police had reason to kill, these ones have no reason to kill? Killing is killing, Madam Speaker. And no any government sends police to kill its citizen. Madam Speaker, thank you.
Honorable Member for Bangor, you have raised a point of order, but in a way, trying to ask a question. So I'll ask the Honorable Minister of Home Affairs to respond to you. The Honorable Minister of Home Affairs.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, he raised the question.
Order, honorable members. Honorable member for Bangor, you raised the question. You were. It was I've already guided. So the honorable minister will answer your question because you put in a question. The Honorable Minister of Home Affairs.
First and foremost, I would like to inform the member pertaining to the decision of abolishing of the death sentence. The death sentence, the abolition, relates to a matter that has gone through court process, and when somebody is convicted, he is sentenced to death in accordance with the law. And the president, as a result of his consideration and accepting the international norms and the pleas of the church in Zambia, decided to abolish the death sentence. Totally different from being killed by security forces. You cannot abolish killing by security forces. You can't. That's a totally different matter. Coming to the issue which is raised, whether we are trying to justify, we have not justified anything here. We have indicated that under this regime, the only death that has occurred is when there's a confrontation by members of the public and the police. And he brought in a matter of the Zambian National Service. For your own information, Member of Parliament for Bangweuru, the Zambian National Service is not a police service. It's an armed force of the Republic of Zambia. Maybe you are not aware. Under the Ministry of Defense. So I cannot answer that matter. But I'm aware of what transpired. But I would not want to answer, because that's not my responsibility. It's for the Minister of Defense if you want him to answer. But I will want to state, once again, that this government is a responsible government. Unlike your government, where members of the public were being killed without any cause.
The Honourable Member for Mwandi.
Madam Speaker, thank you so very much for this opportunity to ask the Honourable Minister of Internal Security a follow-up question. Honourable Minister of Home Affairs, the Committee on National Economy, Trade and Labour Matters is one of the committees that looks at the mining sector. And we were deployed by the Madam Speaker to go and learn lessons in Tanzania, where they've had illegal mining. And from that point, the Ministry of Home Affairs and the Ministry of Mines have worked together to make sure that not only security is deployed to those areas where illegal mining illegal mining is discovered or minerals are discovered, but they've worked together to make sure the police, but also the Office of the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources are also deployed. And the report was presented on this floor of the House on the lessons that the committee went and learned so that we can prevent such things from happening. So from the point of the Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security, what lessons did you pick that you can employ so that these things do not happen in the future? I submit.
Thank you. The Honourable Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I would like to give a historical perspective and also draw an analogy pertaining to what happens in other countries. For those who are not aware, I would like to inform you that in the reign of the UNIP regime, similar instances were happening in the Emerald area on the Copper Belt. The Emerald area was declared a restricted area and was guarded by the paramilitary. To access the Emerald area, you had to have a pass issued by the security wings. We are going to ensure we also declare certain areas, restricted areas, to ensure that the public benefits from the mineral endowment of the country. The area which is under discussion, Kikonge, we are going to zone it and declare it a restricted area. Once it's declared a restricted area, members of the public would not have free access to that particular area. After the declaration, the Ministry of Mines will move in and map out the areas that can be given out to members of the public. But it will still remain a restricted area so that we do not allow members of the public to be entering those areas without authority. In Botswana, Madam Speaker, in the area where they mine diamonds, members of the public have no free access. It's a restricted area. You can't enter there unless you have been given or granted permission by government. In Angola, where they mine diamonds, you cannot access the area because it's a restricted area. And as a result of the restrictions that have been imposed in Botswana, in Angola, the country is enjoying the endowments of the minerals. And there is no way illegal miners are mining in those areas. Currently, Madam Speaker, the government of the Republic of Zambia is not benefiting from the mineral endowment because of illegal mining. The buyers of the gold in Chama, in Rufunsa, in Mpika, in Kansensele, in Mufumwe are not Zambians. The buyers are foreigners. After buying the gold, they take out that mineral without the government gaining anything from our minerals. The mineral endowment, Madam Speaker, if we harness it properly, will benefit everyone in this country. And that is the intention of this responsible government, to ensure that the people of Zambia benefit. You may not be aware, honorable colleagues, that the Ministry of Finance has created a vehicle that will be used to purchase gold and other precious minerals in this country. And this vehicle will be in place very soon. And we are also putting in place small-scale gold processing equipment in various areas. Mpika, Luang, Rufunsa, Eastern Province, wherever the mineral endowment is. As we endeavor to do that, we shall ensure that security is provided. We need to do that, not just for the benefit of a few individuals, but the whole country. That is what we are going to do, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. The Honourable Member from Mpika.
I thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the government has a responsibility to license its citizens in areas of mining under the artisanal mining licenses. The challenge that our people face, Madam Speaker, is the distance from wherever they are to come to Lusaka and get mining licenses. We have a crisis, Madam Speaker, and the solution could lie in decentralizing the licensing systems and also ensuring that there is provision of training and funds. By deploying the military to these areas, obviously there will be confrontation and more lives will be lost. But if licensing equipment is taken to Mpika, the people will be going there to get licenses. And by the time the military go there, they will find everyone is licensed. This is what you promised the Zambian people, Honorable Minister. Is the government considering taking that route of decentralizing the licensing system in order to cut on the costs that are associated with acquiring mining licenses to ensure that everyone who is running away from poverty to go and venture into mining has a license, does not mine illegally? Madam Speaker, I thank you.
Thank you. The Honourable Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security.
Madam Speaker, I wish that question was targeted to the Minister of Mines. But as a responsible member of government, I will respond, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, this responsible government brought a bill on the floor of this House to create the Mineral Commission. And the Mineral Commission, Madam Speaker, has been approved by this House. And once we operationalize this Minerals Commission, the issue that is being raised by the Honorable Member of Parliament for Pinka will be addressed. We will have decentralized committees dealing with this particular issue. We have already dealt with that matter. Being a forward-looking, responsible government. We have done that, Madam Speaker, because we care for our people. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable Member for Chitambo. Honorable Member for Chitambo, just a moment. There's a point of order. Honorable Member for Mwandi, what's the point of order?
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. I'm very, very compelled. I rarely stand on point of orders. And the point of order is to the Honorable Minister of Internal Security, Home Affairs and Internal Security. I innocently asked a question here. The Honorable, that's bridge number, standing order number 71. And 65, I mean. And the Honorable Minister has categorically indicated what is happening in other countries in regards to what they are doing when it comes to making sure that the resources of their respective countries are protected. The Honorable Minister, being the Minister of Internal Security, has the powers that are vested in him by this country and the nation at large to make sure that those resources are protected. Is the Minister of Internal Security in order to continue allow illegal mining when they can prevent that by making sure that those areas are protected so that even my children in Mwandi can benefit from the mining that is happening in Kikonge? Is the Minister of Internal Security in order to continue allowing mining in Kikonge, in Mwiimbu, in Kansenseli, where illegal mining is happening, and he has learned lessons from Botswana, Angola, Tanzania, and so many other countries that he has been to make sure that these resources are protected, Madam Speaker, so that children that are growing up in the rural constraints like mine can also harness from the resources of this country. Is the Minister of Internal Security in order to provoke me by mentioning all that without putting measures in place that illegal mining, immediate measures, so that illegal mining is stopped immediately? Madam Speaker, I seek your, and he's laughing, I seek your serious ruling, Madam Speaker. I submit.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Mwandi. From where I'm seated, I thought I heard the Minister saying that they are going to restrict the places. There is the Minerals Commission that is going to be established. So we are looking at short-term, mid-term, and long-term measures that can be taken. Of course, the immediate measure would be to secure the place by ensuring that there are no people there. Secondly, to establish all those commissions and all the other things. So I think the Honorable Minister is in order. He can't disclose everything the government wants to do. Otherwise, the illegal miners will find another way to make sure that they continue. So let's just help the Honorable Minister of Home Affairs, the Honorable Minister of Defense, the Honorable Minister of Mines, including the Honorable Minister of Environment and Green Economy, to ensure that the environment where this mining is happening is also protected. Because from the videos that I saw, heaps and heaps of soil that are accumulating, trees being cut, and we just came out of a drought. So all these measures are long-term measures which should be taken into, the impact is long-term. So please, let's protect our environment as we try to benefit from the mineral resources that have been endowed on us. So I think all of us have to take that responsibility. So the Honorable Minister was in order, Honorable Member for Mwanti. Honorable Member for Chitambo, you have the floor.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity. Madam Speaker, God is also in Chitambo. And the riots that we are discussing today did happen in Chitambo. And I'm so grateful to the Minister of Central Province for the quick action to prevent damages to property. But Madam Speaker, being a Chitambo resident and having experienced that riot and having seen what kind of damage that occurred, I'm at pains to hear the minister today here disclose that actually these illegal miners are not on their own. There are certain leaders who mobilize them. My question to you, Minister, is, are you going to mention these leaders and what are you going to do to these leaders so that we can stop this illegal mining? I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, before I respond to the question that has been posed by my colleague, the Honorable Member of Parliament for Chitambo, I just want to buttress the point I made earlier pertaining to declaring areas restricted areas. When we declare, it will follow that we shall put all the necessary security measures in place to ensure that no one gains access without authority. We'll do that. Even now, we have put certain measures in all the areas. We have put security measures in Pika, in Chitambo, in Kasenseri, in Chingola, in all the areas, and in Mwiimbu. But immediately we put necessary legislation to restrict these areas, we'll be enhancing the security arrangements. Madam Speaker, the rules of this House are very clear, that we are not allowed to name individuals who are not in the House. But we are aware of those people, Madam Speaker, and we are doing the investigations. If it was a press briefing, I would have named them. I know some of them. I know them. We'll do that and we'll take appropriate action.
Thank you. The Honorable Member for Lundazi.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I can only say condolences to the families who have lost their loved ones whilst they were trying to make ends meet. It's really sad that our youths lost their lives in that Kikonge mining saga with the police. Honorable Minister, all powers are vested in the President of the Republic of Zambia. When killings were happening during the Patriotic Front, Her Honor the Vice President and all of you blamed the killings on Edgar Chagwa Lungu. Today, your police have killed people in Kikonge mining area. Yes, they say luck falls on the laps of a fool. Instead of harnessing what can help us to stop borrowing, a lot of gold is being taken away. At your watch, the question that I have for you, those people who lost their lives, are you going to blame them on Hakainde Ichilema today? I submit.
The Honorable Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I hope the Honorable Member of Parliament for Lundazi is not going to be emotional and is not going to react to what I'm going to say. Yeah. Madam Speaker, The Honourable Member of Parliament has brought the name of the dead into our discussion. And I will not shy away to respond to what you have said. And I will draw analogies to the issues that happened under the reign of Edgar Chagwalungu, whom you have brought into this discussion. And I'm going to say this. Madam Speaker, under the reign of the late Chagwalungu, while we were representing the current president, Hakainde Hichilema, at Central Police Headquarters, police headquarters, we were inside there, quietly being interviewed. The police, under the reign of Edgar Chagwalungu, started shooting people outside. Without any provocation. Without any provocation. People were shot under the reign of the late Chagwalungu. Under the reign of Chagwalungu, Chipenzi Chibulo, who was having a stroll along Kamwara Road, was shot by the police under the reign of Chagwalungu. Under the reign of Chagwalungu, we are aware of so many people who were shot under Chagwalungu. Under the reign of President Hakainde, we had the shooting in Kikonge, which arose out of rioting by those people. And there was a fight between the illegal miners and Zambia police. And Zambia police have a duty to defend themselves according to the law. Themselves there, they had to defend themselves according to the law which I read. But under Chagwalungu, which law did you use to kill Nsamansama, who was going for lunch along Independence Avenue? What law? What law was used to kill Mapenzi Chibulo, a lady who had no confrontation with the police, who had not violated any law? And the Lawrence Banda in Kaom. What law did they offend for them to be killed? Apart from the impunity of the leaders who didn't care for the life of those who lost. The former regime, Madam Speaker, was the cruelest regime in the history of this country. For the first time during the reign of Chagwalungu, we saw bloodshed in this country. We will never forget, Madam Speaker. Never. Don't remind us of the heinous acts that were done by Chagwalungu. We have respect for the dead, but you have made us to respond to the issues that were done during that period. Even at the graveyard, people were being maimed in church by that regime that lost power. And I'm made to understand that as a result of their unpopularity, Madam Speaker, they are failing to find the candidates. In Kasempa, they had no candidate. In Ifue, they had to look for people in the street because they had nobody. Because the people of Zambia don't want them. Madam Speaker, I thank you.